What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Before we go ahead and get started here tonight, double check out that audio is okay. We'll be doing some flight simulator tonight. I know it's been a while. We're going to do a pre-flight here. We're going to make it quick so we can get it there. We're going to be flying out of JFK, which is a pretty predominantly busy airport, and we're going to be flying over to Midway, Chicago. We've flown to Midway a few times back in 2020. And then also, this will be the first time flying to Midway on 24, and also the first time flying out of JFK. Get our covers off here. Check our battery access. Everything's good. Battery access is okay. Hydraulic, everything's okay. Lock that back up. Rudders are okay. That's okay. So just getting a good look over everything, making sure everything's as it's supposed to be. Let's see. Look at my rotor here, ailerons. So I think if you get a good look on it, it's less likely to something to happen to it. Right strut. Right main, right gear. Pressure. Tire pressure. Check. Potted heat. It's good. Cargo door, check cargo. It's empty. We're going to be flying empty over to Midway tonight. I need to go in and add my passengers. That's why the passenger's not in there. We might actually go ahead. Let's go ahead and get our EFB in here. Let's go ahead and get our stuff out of the way here for tonight's flight. It's a little late. I know it's like 12 o'clock. Emergency light, standby flight display, avionics master. Get that radio switched on. Kennedy ground here. We're gonna get some ground services. We're gonna get a power supply over to us.
Kennedy ground. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo uniform 6312.
What's up, Taylor? How you doing?
Could you please send a ground power unit?
Get that GPU over here.
Sonoran 351 Oscar
As he backs
Kilo
right in the
uniform
corner.
6312. A ground power unit is on the road.
Cool. Alright, we're good on fuel.
Kennedy ground. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo uniform 6312. Could you please get the passengers on board?
Flight rules. I'm gonna do a
Sonoran
set the VFR. I'm gonna set the
Oscar
IFR.
Kilo uniform 6312.
Pretty short flight over to Chicago. This is like I'm gonna say probably I went to Philly. Give or take, it's about an hour and a half flight, 2-hour flight. So that's what we're looking at right now. Tonight, not terribly far. Not terribly far. Pilot book. 56 minutes. Flight hours. Flight performance. Flight planner. Configure. I'm going to get us a little bit of fuel here, just a little bit. Load aircraft. Seats. I'm going to go ahead and add my passenger. Do 150. And I'm going to do load aircraft. Do 50% full. Aircraft. Load aircraft. Cool. Alright, let's go ahead and we can go ahead and while we're waiting on everybody to get in here, I'm going to go ahead and turn instrumentation lights on here. Get us a nice easy thing going on here. Alright, go ahead and do the passenger boarding stomp.
Kennedy ground. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo uniform 6 tree 12. I am done with the boarding.
Let's see, let's go ahead and get back over here to our flight planner. We'll pull out it was JFK. I'm going to pull out the taxi route for JFK. A380. 737, the B773, Airbus A380. These are all like, okay, so they got them set for certain aircraft here. Power supply end. Good.
Kennedy ground. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo uniform 6 tree.
I don't know where we're gonna be at.
12. I am done with power.
Let's see where we're at on the map here. We're center on aircraft. So we're about roughly here. Let's see. Ground chart. Ground chart. So about like right here. De-icing area. I go back to clearance. Let's go ahead and get our clearance here.
Kennedy ground. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo uniform 6 tree 12 ready to copy IFR clearance to Midway. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo uniform 6 tree 12 is cleared to Midway Airport as filed. Expect runway 4 left. Maintain 900 feet. Departure frequency is 1 tree 5 decimal 9er. Squawk 7516.
Read back.
Cleared to Midway as filed. Runway 4 left. Maintain 900 feet. Departure frequency is 1 tree 5 decimal 9er. Squawk 7516. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo uniform 6 tree 12.
That's super low.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo uniform 6 tree 12. Read back correct. Contact ground on 121 decimal 9er. Good day.
Alright. He's gonna get out of our way here. We're gonna get pushback clearance.
Kennedy ground. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo uniform 6 tree 12. Gate Echo 2. Information uniform. Request pushback. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo uniform 6 tree 12. Kennedy ground. Pushback approved.
Awesome. Go ahead and give me that. Give me the pushback.
Kennedy ground. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo uniform 6 tree 12. Requesting pushback. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo uniform 6 tree 12. Pushback request accepted.
Recon lights. We'll keep those pulse lights off, logo lights, and we're gonna wait on taxi lights till we get taxi clearance. Alright, he's gonna hook up. We're gonna pop that brake off once he connects in. As soon as we hear it lock up, we're gonna pump the parking brake. You'll feel it when it grabs. It'll kind of push the plane back just a little bit. Yep. There we go. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get that ground services. Kennedy ATS. He's gonna get us in line for pushback here.
Information uniform 050 Zulu. Wind 07 tree at 6. Visibility 10. Sky condition ceiling 2,000 feet overcast. Temperature 16. Dew point 1 tree.
Taxi AFR.
Kennedy ground. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo uniform 6 tree 12 with Victor ready to taxi. IFR. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo uniform 6 tree 12. taxi to, and hold short of runway 4 left via taxiway, November Alpha, Mike Bravo, Kilo Echo Cross runway tree, 1 left Kilo Echo Kilo, 4 Kilo Kilo 1. Contact tower on 1-2 tree decimal 9er when ready. Taxi, hold short runway 4 left using taxiway, November Alpha, Mike Bravo, Kilo Echo Cross runway tree, 1 left Kilo Echo Kilo, 4 Kilo Kilo 1. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 tree 12.
4 Kilo. I gotta read these freaking charts. I should have read them, I guess, before. Chart stand coordinates, parking coordinates. Well, I know where we're at. I'll chart HCP. Alright. Taxiway November. Right here. Taxiway November. We gotta get on taxiway Alpha. Which I guess is like here. There's so much going on here, dude. There's so much going on. Across runway 31 left, which would be 31 left. One left. That's 13 left. 3-1 right. What? Cross 3-1 left. So we gotta cross 3-1 left. And hold short at K1. So, okay, so I get it now. So we have to go down here. We'll cut here at KE. Cross over here at K4. We'll turn down to here. We'll turn at K31 left. Right here. Okay, cool. I figured it out. Alright, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started here. Everything's good to go. Pull. Starter 1. Both of those on. Engine 1 is starting. So we're about right here right now, give or take. And we're going to come out at N. And then A. And then B. And then we're going to go down to B. We're going to turn at M. So we're going to turn here, go down to A, we're going to turn at M. Right here, and we'll go down, we'll cross at KE, and then come over to K4, and we're going to end up right there. Cool. Alright, that one's good, and boom. Get that engine started up, spooling up. Taxi lights on, good to go. All checks are pretty good. We get our potted heat on, because we're going to need that. It's going to start ringing with this Cessna citation. They always like to ring out, and it's going to give me a warning, and then I'll crash the plane, so. We're holding at 900 feet to the advise. We have Air Canada. And everybody say 320. In front of us there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Make sure to hold tight and God bless. So this thing will cut some ground when it gets going, but it has to get up pretty high altitude to actually be able to move. So it's one of those things. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. Game capture down. Alright. Good to go. Alright. Parking brakes off. We're good. Taxi lights on. Good. Alright. Oh, it's going to give me a... There we go. We're moving. Passengers in the back, they're hanging out with us. Speed just a little bit. I love how it does it. Like, it gives me the assist when I don't need it, but every time I can't figure out where I'm at, it does it, gives me the assist. But when I actually sit there and read the flight chart, it's like, oh, you need assistance. I want to see if I was right. I think I was right. I'm going to stop right here for a second.
Sonoran 351, Oscar Kilo Uniform, 6 tree 12. Hold position. Caution, other traffic. Sonoran
Yeah.
351, Oscar
Coming out
Kilo
here and turning.
Uniform, 6 tree 12. Continue taxi. Roger. Sonoran 351, Oscar Kilo Uniform, 6 tree
I just
12.
want to see where I'm at. Yeah, I'm right. Yep, I'm exactly right. Yeah, I was right. Parking brake back off. Let's get it. What? You tell me to go, there's a freaking Boeing on the freaking goddamn thing.
Sonoran 351, Oscar Kilo Uniform, 6 tree 12. Hold position.
Now you
Caution
tell
to
me?
generic on the taxiway.
777. Oh.
Hold position. Sonoran 351,
Oh, ran right into it, dude.
Oscar Kilo Uniform, 6 tree 12. Sonoran 351, Oscar Kilo Uniform, 6 tree 12. Continue
So.
taxi.
Now it's continuing taxi. Sonoran,
Roger. Sonoran 351, Oscar Kilo Uniform, 6 tree 12.
JFK is a busy airport, so it's New York City, so Midway's not as bad. I've been to Midway in real life before. It's not that bad of an airport. It's pretty good. The layout of the actual airport is not that great, but the airport is pretty good. They're pretty good with their traffic and stuff. Just the layout sucks of how it's built. I was right. Yep. I was exactly right. Pull that power back when it kind of just turn into here. I was I can read a flight chart now. Thank you. I'm pretty much a pilot. Not really. I would love to get my pilot's license, though. Being dead honest, I would love to be able to do something like that. I think it'd be really fun to do and have that experience. I mean, you put me behind a Cessna Citation CJ4, I might be able to fly that thing. I don't know. You know? I mean, there's a lot more here than just what I'm doing. I'm not going to lie to you, but the basis of it, I could put one on the ground. I could probably, you know. Do it, yeah. I'm poor. I don't have that kind of money. It's like $10,000 to get your pilot's license. And then you have to go back. I mean, that's just for your general aviation. You have to go back for commercial and all that stuff. So it's a lot of stuff into it. I'd like to get it though. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Tap on those brakes here. Turn this joker. Not telling me to hold. Traffic's clear. Pull the power a little bit. Look at that Boeing 777 right there. 777. Beautiful. I need to get livery packs in here so it actually show like Southwest, United, stuff like that. It doesn't just have like freaking 7, you know, Boeing livery. It just kind of ruins the immersion. It's a little cloudy tonight, though, out of New York City. We're gonna be on a eastern, northeast departure. There are flaps going there. I'll tell you, the coolest thing ever, like it was just the coolest feeling to me, is I was in a 737. It was a MAX 800 jet, Southwest Airlines. And that first time, like you're in the back of the plane, like I was at the very back of it, and you're getting that I'm not scared, but I was just, you get that like anticipation of like you're moving, you're taxiing down the runway. You know, you've played a flight sim a bunch of times. You're actually getting to fly. It was a different experience. Like it was an experience that I will never forget. That like the feeling of like getting in the air, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Like it is expensive to fly. Like just like going and seeing something. But if you ever get the chance, I recommend doing it. It's really worth it. I promise you. Get down here to the end. We're going to kill power, and we're going to. Let's go ahead and contact Kennedy Tower. We're going to get the taxi off. Our clearance in the way here.
Kennedy Tower, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform, 6 tree 12 ready for departure. Runway 4 left, IFR to Midway.
Oh, good.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform, 6 tree 12. Altimeter tree 017. Clear for takeoff, runway 4 left.
Let's take off clearance.
Clear for takeoff,
Sonoran
runway
311.
4 left. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform, 6 tree 12.
Alright. Let's get it. We've got to maintain 900 feet, so bear with me here. Pull it up just a little bit. Yeah, positive rate. There we go. Gear up. Oh, that's what it was. Flaps. Ooh, buddy. Positive rate.
351 Oscar Kilo Uniform, 6 tree 12 contact. New York departure on 1 tree 5 decimal.
Little rough there.
Good day.
Little rough landing. Launch handoff here.
1 tree 5 decimal 9er. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform,
Slow us down a
6
little
tree
bit.
12.
Got to overspeed.
New York departure. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform, 6 tree 12 is at 2,300 feet, descending 900 feet. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform, 6 tree 12. New York departure, altimeter tree 017. Radar contact, continue. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform, 6 tree 12. Descend and maintain 2,600 feet.
Yeah.
Maintain present altitude. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform, 6
Don't
tree
power.
12.
There we go. Let's get autopilot on. ahead and select. Let's see, select the altitude. We're going to do 2600.
Altitude. Altitude.
2600.
Altitude.
Awesome. We're good to go. That was a little rough. Wasn't my best work, but it is what it is. Let's get some air on in the cabin. One thing I always noticed was it was always like super cold in the cabin. Let's go back to auto.
351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312. You are 600 feet above your assigned altitude.
10-4. We're dropping now.
2,600 feet altimeter tree 016.
Drop the gear down. I'm not doing so good tonight.
Descend and maintain 2,600 feet. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312.
Heading over just a little bit. Flying over New York right now. Central Park, Empire State Building, over there on the right there. Let's get out of here. Let's blow this popsicle stand. But now we got a little bit of a flight ahead of us here. Nothing major. And we are rolling though. Heading over to Midway here. We got a long ways to go. We'll be going over Pennsylvania. Actually about the same flight plan I was on. Same direction. We'll go over like kind of Pittsburgh-ish. Yeah, a little bit north of Pittsburgh. I actually flew over Pittsburgh. So I was like right here when I went over. Maybe a little south. It was a long time ago.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 1 to contact New York Center on 118.975. Good day. 118.975. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12.
Turn center. New York Center.
New York Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12, 2,600 feet. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12, New York Center, altimeter tree 016, radar contact, continue.
Let's get an altitude increase to 10,000 feet.
351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 1 to contact New York Center on 1 tree 0.15. Good day. 1 tree 0.15 for Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12. New York Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12, 2,600 feet. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12, New York Center, altimeter tree 016. Radar contact, continue. New York Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 tree 12. Request 11,000 feet. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 tree 12. Climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 tree 12.
Gotta get some both the clouds here a little bit. I don't know how cloudy it is. I mean, it's really foggy tonight. Alrighty then. Getting above the clouds now. Finally kind of getting out of New York. We do have some rain off to our left. It's moving south though. It shouldn't be a problem. Should not be an issue. Weather. Navigation. Satellite map here. A little rain off to our back here. We have a jet. Off the coast of Africa.
Altitude.
We're just now getting, I think we're probably, safe to say, we're probably Pennsylvania. Close to being in Pennsylvania by now. Give or take. I think we're still kind of in New York a little bit. All right. Let's take a look at our map here. We've got oh good God. They got us doing all kinds of weird stuff, dude. You know what's funny though, is I know when I was in Midway, I landed on this runway right here. Because I remember the way it looked. We're gonna be hitting 04 right. That's a weird. That is a weird looking. I don't know what to say about that. I guess there must be some traffic. Got a little bit of precipitation over here. So we seeing this, we'll shoot across Michigan, the Mitten, and the UP, the Upper Peninsula. So yeah. Actually, we had a little sail pop up right here to our right here. Or to our left, sorry. Might run into a little rain here. I think we'll be over it. This building, though. I think we're kind of above it, though, for the most part. So yeah, I know it's a boring night, but I've been wanting to play Flight Sim, and I figured why not stream it. It's just one of those things that you could just stream it pretty easily.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 1-2 contact New York Center on 124.625. Good day.
Decimal 625. Contact Center 124.625. Sonoran 351.
124.625. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 1-2. New York Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 1-2.
Bunch of rain off to our right here, or to our left bank here.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 1-2. New York Center, altimeter tree 01 tree. Radar contact, continue.
A lot of farmland down below us here. I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick. I'll be right back. Back, had to grab me a cold snack. Nice crisp cold. Nice. Let's see here. Take us a gander. Oh, we are going to run into a little bit of rain. Okay. I'm running into a little bit of rain here. What we will do, I want to do airframe de-ice. Engine shouldn't de-ice, I don't think. Shouldn't have a problem with that. We're running into a little bit of rain here. Good Lord, it's dark. It's okay though. We are A-okay. Except for some more rain other than what we're looking at right here. There's a lot more rain popping up on the map here. A squall down there south of us by about, I'd say probably a lot, about 40 miles here. Roaring Dish again, what's up, man? We're going to be flying over your home pretty shortly. We're going to be shooting over Michigan here not too far from now. We're going to Midway, Chicago. Flying the Cessna Citation CJ4. Enjoying life. We got a couple air, a little bit of air in the air. I guess he's in the air. It's not going to pick up ground traffic. It's going to pick up air traffic that's on the same frequency as us right now. We got two planes, which are probably realistically a lot more, but alright, we're finna run into some rain here. I want to see if it's going to hit the windshield. Settings, general, graphics. Advanced options. Excuse me. Flight interface. Excuse me. Flight model. Camera. Online. Enable voice chat. Oh, because you're in a group. I don't know. I'm not going to do VR. Not doing that. Sitting all up on the dashboard, I'll tell you that much. We'll get out of this rain. I will switch this over to turn the de-ice off. Shouldn't need it right now. I don't think I'm going to need it. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off for the time being. Save a little fuel. Don't think we'll need it. Piped heat. I do need that. I need that piped heat. Thank you. Getting into a little bit of turbulence here. Just a little bit.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 tree 12 contact New York Center on 1 tree 2.5. Good day.
Getting into a little rain here.
1 tree 2.5.
Nothing bad.
351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 tree 12. New York Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 tree 12, 11,000 feet. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 tree 12. New York Center, altimeter tree 015. Radar contact continue.
Copy. Running at 10,000, 11,000 feet. A bit of rain. Probably lower than we are, so not that big of a deal. I'm not worried about it. Bum bum ba-dum ba-dum ba-da-bum ba-da-bum bum. Oh Lord. Doing renovating. Yeah, I'm down. I'm 100% down. I'm bringing out George with the work van. I'll be 100% down for something like that, for sure. I'm never streaming Whiskey Reach again. They didn't put in a bicycle that I wanted. I'm leaving the server. Dewey Band.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 1 2 contact New York Center on 1 2 Tree decimal 625. Good day.
Sonoran 351 contacting New York Center. Sure. 123.625.
1 2 Tree decimal 625. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 1 2. New York Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 1 2, 11,000 feet. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 1 2. New York Center, altimeter tree 015. Radar contact continue.
So I could check out precipitation. We're finally getting out of it. It's a weird radar map here. This guy, he's slowly moving up on the tail end here. He's gonna be off the bank right, probably 40 miles off of me. Shouldn't have to worry about him. Everybody doing good back there, sitting in the dark. 10-4, 10-4, 10-4. This is the downside of Flight Simulator, is when you don't have 100 people watching to chat with you. It's just kind of you just sitting here for a minute, you know? And that's it. That's all you got. So, you just got me, you know? what you deal with. So. When you don't have 100 people watching you. Small streamer life, yeah. I don't stream enough. I should start. But this is just, like I said, the downside of flight simulators. When you get in the air and get your stuff set up, it's just kind of just sitting there and chilling. I mean, I guess it's not too far off from, I guess, real life, for the most part, you know. Once you get set up and everything's good to go, you're just kind of there. Kind of just babying it for a little bit. For an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then you're good to go. So. The Cessna Citation CJ4.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12 contact New York Center on 124.9er. Good day.
Sonoran 351 contacting New York Center on 124.9.
124.9er. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12.
I'm never streaming Whiskey Ridge ever again. I'm gonna block all of you. I wonder where Eclipse is, dude. I actually kind of miss Eclipse. Contact New York. Give me the contact
Center. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12. 11,000 feet.
We're well in like Pennsylvania by now, I believe. Oh, we still might be in New York. No, we're in Pennsylvania.
Uniform 6 Tree 12, New York Center. Altimeter tree 009er. Radar contact. Continue.
Wilmington Regional, Williamton, Pennsylvania. Oh, it's clearing up a little bit. Evangelical Community Hospital, Fox Hollow, Pennsylvania. I thought that's in Pennsylvania. Penny Hill, Muncie Valley. Like I said, years ago, when I was a young sprout, when I talked to a girl from Pennsylvania. She lived on the other side, south of Pittsburgh. That was just a long time ago. Man, I'm old. Not really, but still. I would give anything for them to add a co-pilot, like an actual co-pilot feature to Flight Sim, so that way, like, your friend can get in here and y'all can fly together. I think that'd be a really cool thing to have. Oh, we got 30 people watching. Let's see what we got going on here. We're in Pennsylvania right now. Going by off of this, that's Pittsburgh right there. It should be Pittsburgh. Okay, I don't know where my stuff went to. Yeah, Pittsburgh. And so if that's Pittsburgh, that would mean that right there is Erie. So therefore, we're in Pennsylvania right now. For probably over, I don't know, dude. Like in Williamsport, something like that. Run into a pretty decent little bit of precipitation. It's missing. It's pretty good here. We're just rolling along. It's foggy. We'll get us an altitude increase here by about
350.
1 tree, 4 decimal 8. Sonoran 351, Oscar Kilo Uniform, 6 tree 12.
Contact you, New York Center.
New York Center, Sonoran 351, Oscar Kilo Uniform, 6 tree 12, 11,000 feet.
But it gets a little higher.
351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312, New York Center, altimeter tree 009er, radar contact, continue.
But it's about, I get us another 8,000 feet.
New York Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 tree 12.
19,000.
Request flight level 190.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312, climb and maintain flight level 190.
Climb and maintain flight level 190. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 tree 12.
That's about these clouds. We gotta get it. That's a lot. That's high up. We'll be really high up above all these clouds. We don't have to worry about precip. It's back on our head course here. That's a big rain cloud right there. Yep. That's what we're looking at right there. Big heavy rain cloud. Right here. We'll be good to go. Hopefully, we're at an hour right now. We just crossed over the hour mark. So we've got about another hour, 30 minutes, an hour to go. When we get to Pittsburgh, we'll be halfway there, give or take. When we pass Pittsburgh, we'll be pretty close. Money penny. Miss Money Penny. Perfect. Money Penny. Turn that barrel pressure up, just flip the plane over. Do that real good. That's Money Penny. Alright, we're above the clouds here. We're at 19,000 feet here. Cover a little bit more ground. We're right on our direct heading line here, which is good. And we're going to be rolling. We just got a little ways to go. So, that's all. Oh, we got 3 people. Comment down below.
New York Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12, requesting vector to next waypoint.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12, turn right heading 290, resume own navigation.
Knowledge instruction, resume on navigation, we're good on that.
Turn right heading 290, resume own navigation. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12.
6312, Sonoran 351.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12, contact Cleveland Center on 124.325. Good day.
Sorry about that.
Going to 124.325. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12. Flight level 190. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12. Cleveland Center. Radar contact. Continue.
The ice off a little bit. Actually,
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12 contact Cleveland Center on 126.725. Good day.
copy.
Going to 126.725. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12. Cleveland Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12. Flight level 190.
You got crossing affirmative plane. Put about 20 miles out here.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12, Cleveland Center. Radar
Yeah,
contact.
see.
Continue.
Probably far enough ahead below us. I won't be able to get a gander on it.
Cleveland Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12. Requesting vector to next waypoint.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo
Yeah.
Uniform 6 Tree 12. Turn left heading 285. Resume on navigation.
Turn left heading 285. Resume on navigation. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12.
Money penny. Money penny. Miss Money penny. Message Money penny. Money penny. Ba 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 ba. Oddly enough, I have a lot of flight time in this aircraft. Most of my flight time is in the CJ4 because I flew it so much. It's such an easy aircraft to get in here and fly around. It's so easy. It's so simplistic to learn. It's a great starter plane. Even the plane in your life's like, I think, $10–15 million a month. Between 10 and 15 mil. I'm not joking about that. It's actually really expensive. So. Miss Moneypenny. Oh Lord. Check the map here. That's going to be the Canadian border, I believe. No, it's not. Let's see, Pittsburgh. We're over like Butler, Pennsylvania right now. Give or take, around Butler. Bradford, Pennsylvania. Yeah. Mid-State. Johns Murphy. Arnold Palmer. Mid-State. Yeah, it's somewhere around there. It's being weird. We're solid though, we're good. But yeah, the Cessna Citation is probably one of the easiest planes in the game to fly, jets in the game to fly. It's so simplistic. It's literally, it took me like a refresher course, took me like 15-20 minutes to figure it out. So. I think of how much we've got left. We've probably got, let's see, we've been at this for an hour. I'm going to say 25 minutes. JFK. Two hours and 30 minutes, and I've been at this for an hour and 10 minutes. I'll take away 20 minutes. I've been at it about an hour, so we got another hour to go. We're rolling though. It won't be long. We'll cruise across the state of Pennsylvania pretty dang quick. So that rain's coming through down south, Allegheny County. New Stanton, somewhere around here. I've flown into New Stanton before. Years ago. Alright. Well, we've got a ways to go. We're going to be here for a minute, so come up volume down just a little bit so I can hear myself talk. I know the plane's pretty loud, so I don't know. It should be okay. Because the game captures at negative 9.1 decibels, and my mic audio is at 12 decibels. So it should be okay. I should be able to talk okay. it's set at 12 decibels. So it's like 20. I don't know. I'm not doing math. I don't know. I've just been wanting to do some other stuff. I've been looking at some other games we could play. I just don't know. You know, I've been doing a lot of GTA RP and I'm loving it. Having a good time. It's just, I needed a break from it. As far as recording, you know, I was recording and streaming every night. So I just need a couple days off from it. I just play little flights. Some of the flights seem soothing. It's just you gotta have the time to play. I know it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I get that. I totally understand. But I have nothing else going on. So that's the thing. We're about halfway done with this flight. We'll be going to Chicago anyway. It has me doing some weird stuff coming into Chicago. I mean, it has me doing some absolutely weird stuff. We're going to have to get down about whatever. We're going to have to come around here. We're going to have to roll back over here. We're going to get in line over a freaking rail yard, I think. Yeah, it's a rail yard. And then we're going to come on 04 right. So, that's what we're going to do. So, we got 4 people watching. How you doing? We're opening the live stream. We're just chilling right now. Trying to make it work. So, I know it's late. It's a late live stream. I won't be able to do these for a while. I do late night live streams. It's probably the last one for a long time. So yeah, I don't know. I say that, but I'll probably lie. I'm probably lying to be truthfully fair. But yeah, schedule's gonna be changing. So you won't see. You might not see nightly live streams. If you do, they'll be a lot earlier during the day, like evening time, like 8 o'clock. You know, not starting at 11, 10:30. So, but yeah, we're coming to Midway, man. This is a really good airport, but it's set up so weird. It's such a small airport, but I remember a buddy of mine, he flew in, and there's a lot of Southwest planes. As you can tell, the majority of Midway is Southwest Airlines. I think a lot of the other planes go to O'Hare. I don't think O'Hare's like too far. I'm not sure. But we've got a little bit of ways to go. We've got to fly over the Great Lake. I think was this Michigan.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6-3-12 contact Cleveland Center on
We're fly over
132.4.
about past Pittsburgh, I believe. Yeah, Pittsburgh's down here. Good old Pittsburgh. Dang Pittsburgh, dude.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6-3-12.
Sorry about that.
Acknowledge last transmission.
I did not hear your last transmission, so I heard that.
1-3-2.4 for Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6-3-12.
I think. Or the Monica Hagel. One of the two. I don't know. I used to talk to a girl. She lived out south of here, but the river that ran through Pittsburgh flowed its way on down there. So it's back like around here somewhere. I think I'm actually. Oh my God, I'm not that good. Dang, I must be stupid. Yeah. I was right. I wasn't wrong. I wasn't wrong. And I hate that. Let me tell Cleveland Center get this flight done. We're rolling.
Cleveland Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar
I
Kilo
need to get
Uniform
back on my head.
Flight level 190.
Straight ahead. We'll turn it back hard. We'll do a little bit of a harder right. We'll get it back on course here. And we'll center back up doing that flight line.
Cleveland Center, radar contact continue.
Roller on in. So. But it's just one of those nights, man. I'm just chilling. I'm having a time. I might do a little short TikTok live here in a minute. Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know. But we got another hour on this. So we'll see what time we're running at. We got another. No, well, if we're over Pittsburgh, we've got another like hour because I've flown to Philadelphia from Midway. And it was an hour and a half flight. So we got about 45 minutes, an hour, give or take. give or take. Air conditioning. So it's on 57, AC control, temperature. We'll put it on 70. Keep it a little cool and a little warm. Keep it nice then. Be flying around like a spaceship.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 1-2 contact Cleveland Center on 120.775. Good day.
Oh my God. Contact decimal. This is Sonoran 351. Contact Cleveland Center 120.775.
Going to 120.775.
There's something on the print.
351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6
The
Tree
Milky Way
1-2.
Galaxy. I'll tell you one thing though, I flew, it was daytime, but I remember flying from Atlanta to Memphis, and that was probably one of the prettiest flights I'd ever seen in my life. That was so pretty.
Flight level 190.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312, Cleveland Center. Radar contact, continue.
Oh Lord. Let's see where we're at right now. See, Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh's going to be directly off our left-hand side here. It's going to be over there. So we're going to be hitting Ohio here shortly. For just a second, we'll be shooting across Michigan. And then once we get across Michigan, we'll be solid. We're rolling. We're actually making pretty good ground here for the most part. Turn it just a little bit. Oh Lord have mercy, I'm gonna get up to a stretch break. I'm gonna stand up and walk around for a second because I've been sitting in this chair for a while, longer than I've been live streaming. So just allow me to get up and walk around a little bit. What the frick is that? Oh, it's a lake. So I'm gonna get up and do that real quick. I'll be back. Alright, I have returned for the long haul. Little squawk up there. We're rolling here, oh, good lord. Probably should have done a shorter leg flight. It being as late as it is. But we'll knock through it here. Might as well. Cleveland, Ohio. That's something out there in the distance. The big cities. I think this is going to be. We got Toronto. Yeah. Toronto, and we're going to have Windsor and Detroit. Knew a girl from Detroit once. I know a lot of people. Oh Lord, I'm sorry. I know it's late. So across the ocean just a little bit, I think. Oh Lord, 118. I don't know. I wish you could check your flight time. I wish that was something that you could do, but obviously not. So. Way off freaking heading.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312 contact Cleveland Center on 134.9er. Good day.
Handoff.
One tree.
We're gonna land this puppy.
Sonoran
3 people watching live stream.
Oscar Kilo Uniform.
Should come. Let me know who's watching. You should. Because why not? I'm not gonna bite. That was that one time back in the 80s, but I'm a different person. Why she got a big forehead? Why she got a big forehead? Let me contact Cleveland Center before I get
Cleveland Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312, flight level 190.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312 Cleveland Center.
Radar contact,
Radar
so
contact
continue.
continued.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Give me a second. I'm going to get up and grab another drink real quick. I'll be right back.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312 contact Cleveland Center on 127.9er. Good day. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312. Did you hear my last transmission? Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312. Did you hear my last transmission? Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312. Please acknowledge.
Going to 127.9er. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312.
Sorry about that. I had to cut some air on. It was getting hot in here, dude.
Cleveland Center.
Probably just because I live in here.
51 Oscar
It was getting steamy.
6312.
So you might hear the fan in the background.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312. Cleveland Center. Radar contact continue.
Probably the fan's probably loud to sin, but it is what it is. Let me get back on course here. I get turned away. I had to freaking get something to drink and cut the heat, get the air on. And I come back and freaking things back off course again by not as bad, but it is pretty bad.
Cleveland, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312. Requesting vector to next waypoint. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312. Turn right heading tree 10. Turn right heading tree 10. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312.
Turn right here. There we go. Now we're back on course. Awesome. We've had 4 people watching. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I really do. I know I'm sounding pretty boring right now because I am tired, but I did want to get a flight in. I really been wanting to play Flight Simulator. I'm having a good time. I'm just a little tired. I don't get I get kind of untalkative when I get tired. You know what I'm saying? As everybody probably does. We're shooting across the great state of Michigan. No, I don't need that. Had a flight plan before. After Manuel. Flight plan after Manuel. Now we're rolling. We are moving. Misbehaving. Mama told me not to. I did it anyway. Misbehaving. Yes, you know, but I said I'm gonna. Misbehaving. Playing with Steve. I got caught shaving. Just two little country kids outside misbehaving. Just two little country kids outside misbehaving. Chick strip, 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 chick strip. Chicken strip, chicken strip, chicken strip, chicken strip, chicken strip, chicken strip. I'm sorry, I'm just rambling on. We've got a ways to go. We've got probably another 30 minutes. Hour. Well, we've made a pretty good progress between here and Pittsburgh, so we're rolling pretty decent here. I'm still on this until we get into Bagel, then Pang, Niggs, Awesome, IROC, Haley, and then we're going to go to Olsic, and then Manual, and then we're going to transition from Manual over to our, I'm guessing, base, and we're going to get on that final approach to Alq, and come straight into Banner. Oh, now I'm going to take us right in there. And I guess if we miss our flight, it's going to reroute us over to that. So 1,000 footers. We can land this. We can land that. I got faith. We can do it. We just gotta make it there. That's the thing. Cool. Oh, these night flights. So we need to start doing some more day flights. I want to just change the time and do a couple day flights. So maybe give us some pouring down rain or something like that.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 1-2 contact Cleveland Center on 128.625. Good day.
Like the lights. Like it dark. Instrumentation lights. That's all we need. That's all we really need.
351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 1-2. Cleveland Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12, flight level 190. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12, Cleveland Center, radar contact continue.
We can make it. We got this. Where's Bagel? You gonna give me a flight plan? Not really. Sort of, kind of is. Almost. Oh Lord, it's gonna be one of them nights. You're just hanging out. So we got 1:35 in the morning. So they said don't good. I said I'm gonna misbehaving. They said don't move. I said I'm gonna misbehaving. Don't would I said I'm gonna misbehaving. Anyways, we're rolling along here. We're cutting across the great state of Michigan. Well, I guess probably technically Ohio, maybe. I don't know. But still, south of the mitten. So. Now walk it out, now walk it out, now walk it out, now walk it out. Now walk it out. Now walk it out.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 1-2 contact Cleveland Center on 120.45. Good day.
How does that handoff here?
Going to 120.45. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 1-2. Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12, flight level 190. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12, Cleveland Center, radar contact continue.
Cool. Yep. It's just one of them things. It's just one of those things. Chocolate stuff. Well, we're not too far out. Like I said, we're rolling pretty good here. We'll change our heading over just a little bit here, get us back on. Get us back on track here. We don't have too much longer. And y'all won't have to deal with me anymore, I promise. I'll be getting up here to do bagel here pretty shortly. Excuse me. Four people watching the live. What are y'all up to? What are y'all doing watching me at 1:42 in the morning? You know?
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 1
Finally getting on Chicago Center. We're getting
on
close.
127.55. Good day.
Handoff.
127.55 for Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12. Chicago Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12. Flight level 190.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12, Chicago Center. Radar contact continue.
Move from flight plan's in my flight plan. So when I get here, we're gonna bank hard, right? Get on final approach. Be good for us here. We're getting close. Light pollution is a little insane. It's okay. That is okay. Breaking bread, my mother breaking bread, my sister breaking bread. Breaking bread. What is that? What is that? So I guess if it's a failed approach, we want to come back to Maple or something. I don't know what the freak it's going to do, but it's going to do something. Oh shoot. Oh my god. I can figure this just for the sake of it. I'm not gonna let's get low on fuel.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12 contact Chicago Center on 1 Tree decimal 9er. Good day.
I knew I should have went with a shorter flight.
1 Tree decimal 9er for Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12. Chicago Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12. Flight level 190. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12, Chicago Center. Radar contact continue.
Textron Aviation, the Textron. Mason Baker. I would have never made it. Could have glided it in, I guess, but probably not even that. That's a long ways to go. Brick and Brie, I'm on the Brick and Brie, my sister Brick and Brie, Brick and Brie, Brick and Brie, I'm on the Brick and Brie, my sister. Airline, other British Airways, airline, transponder. Spirit.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6
I'm
tree.
going to drop altitude here. Once we get about the Haley, I'm going to start dropping altitude. Like really cool. We're going to start. Actually, IROC would be probably better. No, Haley would be fine.
1 tree 5.9er for Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 tree 12. Chicago Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 tree 12. Flight level 190. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 tree 12, Chicago Center, radar contact, continue.
Give me some Novocaine, you're not gonna feel it fine. Chicken strip and beans. We did drop pretty significantly though. I think we can get down to about 2,600 before we get on final. The rest will come in once we get on that final approach. Once we turn right final, we can start dropping it pretty quick. It's not a big deal. Brick and Bill, my mother, Brick and Bill, my sister, Brick and Bill, Brick and Bill, Brick and Bill, mother, Brick and Bill, my sister, Brick and Bread, Brick and Bread. Moving along though. I got awesome insight. Awesome's going on our radar here, which that means it's close. Once we get to Haley, we're gonna start dropping. We'll go ahead and initiate her. We're gonna be on base leg at that point pretty much. And then we'll hit final command. This is a tricky airport to land because it's a lot of city around it. So but it's not a bad airport, so I came in from here. Or maybe I didn't. I don't know. I landed somewhere. I think it must have. It was either from this one or this one, and I think it might have been from that one right there because the way I remember coming in. So. Exit awesome. And our rocket Haley. Once we get to Haley, we'll be good to go. We'll start dropping down.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 tree 12. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 4 right approach via ALQUE transition. Clear to ALQUE.
Awesome. Signed approach. There we go.
Maintain
got our approach assigned
heading
for
and
us.
altitude. Expect ILS
Awesome.
runway 4 right approach via ALQUE transition. Cleared to Yale Kiui. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12.
Frickin' braille, my mother frickin' braille, my sister frickin' braille, my mother frickin' braille, my sister frickin' braille, frickin' braille. Haley's about right here anyway, so once we get about right here, of the 3HO, the Hilbert Sky Range, start dropping. It won't take nothing to get back down there to 2,600 foot. And we'll drop like a fly. So start dropping. We'll go ahead and ditch our de-ice here. Fuel is going down quick though, so we're gonna have to hurry. But we'll make it. I think we should make it. I'll add some more if that's the case. I'm not worried about it. So if it gets down to like 5% fuel, so I'll just add some more. My sister breaking bread. See the little cricket. I've got a lot of flight time with Cessna Citation. I think this is the only plane I ever fly. Ever. So.
Chicago Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12, requesting vector to next waypoint. 6 Tree 12, turn right heading 290.
Oh, it does work. Let's go. 290.
Turn right heading 290. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12.
He's not picking up on my radar yet, so he's far enough not to pick up on it. He'll be picking up on my left-hand side here pretty soon. I'll make sure I can spot him. That's where we gotta go, right over there. Right up under me. I'm not seeing him. And he's gone. Okay. Getting ready for final here in about 5 minutes. We're getting ready to descend. We'll go ahead and get our passenger lights ready. And here in a second.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312, contact Chicago Center on 127.8. Good day. Going to 127.8. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312. Chicago Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312. Flight level 190. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312, Chicago Center. Radar contact continue.
Let's go ahead and put my passenger lights on. All right. That's what I'm seeing. Look at this 2,600 foot here.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312, contact Chicago Center on 132.5. Good day. 132.5 for Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312.
DIS off. Chicago Center and get it.
Chicago Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312 is at 16,000 feet, climbing flight, level 190.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312, Chicago Center, altimeter tree 010, radar contact continue.
Chicago Center, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312 would like to change destination to Midway.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312 is cleared to Midway Airport as filed. Squawk 7516.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312 cleared to Midway Airport as filed. Squawk 7516.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312, read back correct. Radar contact 12,300 feet. Altimeter tree 009er turn, right heading tree 45, descend and maintain 2,600 feet.
Turn right heading tree 45, descend and maintain 2,600 feet. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312, contact Chicago approach on 128.2. Good day.
Awesome.
128.2 for Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12. Chicago approach, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12 is passing 9,500 feet, descending 2,600 feet.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12, Chicago approach, altimeter tree 008, radar contact, continue. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12, descend and maintain 6,000 feet, expect. ILS runway 4 right approach, via ALQE transition, cleared to ALQE. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12, contact Midway Tower on 1 Tree 5.2 when inbound on the approach.
Tower on 1 Tree 5.2, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12.
Gear up just a second.
Midway Tower, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12, 16 miles southwest, inbound ILS runway 4 right approach.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12, Midway Tower, altimeter tree 009er, cleared ILS runway 4 right approach.
Cleared ILS runway 4 right approach, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12.
Should hold at 2,600, I'm hoping.
Altitude.
Yep. So if we can get our runway inside here. Yep, I'm gonna have it right there. It's gonna be hitting sight. We'll get her lined up on our hidden flight path here. Awesome.
Midway Tower, Sonoran 351
on our
Oscar
right
Kilo
here.
Uniform 6 Tree 12 is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12. Airport is 11 o'clock, 14 miles.
Yep, there it is. Alright. Some speed here. I want to get a little bit of speed. Nothing too crazy. But I do want to get a little speed here. Alright, make sure gear's down, get 3 dots on it. 3 green dots, and double check just to make sure it's good. Three green dots, awesome. Flaps coming down. Autopilot's still engaged. Make sure we have a good, just a little bit there. Make sure I'm on the right course here. It's gonna be the one on our right. We got this. That is a runway. Yeah. It's just two different ones there. Disengage autopilot. Alright, we're behind the controls now. Power here. I don't want to stall. Final descent here. Our lights are on. We're coming in here. We're gonna aim for those numbers. Put her down on the apron. Might flare it. Just try to flare it just a little bit. We've been doing pretty good, so we'll keep our streak up good. Little high on approach here.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312, wind 004 at tree, clear to land runway 4 right.
Clear to land runway 4 right.
Clear to land runway 4 right. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312.
There's a little bit of speed here. Speed brakes. Those right now. Just a little bit. Alright. Let's start going down. A little bit over to the left here. Try to get over just a little bit. While I still got time here, I'm gonna bank over just a little bit. There we go, that's what I need right there. Alright. We're about 140 knots here. 141's fine. Speed brakes are set. Flying over the rail yard now. Runway 4 right. Trying for those numbers if we can get a hold of them here. Yeah. Slow it down just a little bit. Speed brakes extended. Take those off. A little bit to the left. We're going to come on and set her on down here. There we go. Aim for those numbers. There we go. Flare it out just a little bit. Oh, it's a little long. It's a little long. We can get her down. Just trust. That was way too long of a landing here. Oh my god. God dang, the freaking thing wasn't working. We gotta come around. God dang it. I have to clear missed approach. God dang it.
Midway Tower, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312 is going missed.
12 contact, Chicago approach on 128.2. Good day.
128.2. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312.
Upset. I'm highly upset.
Chicago approach, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312.
Oh,
Fly to Midway ILS runway 4 right published missed approach.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312 Roger. Fly published missed approach. Advise reaching 2,600 feet for further instructions. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312 contact Chicago Center on 132.5. Good day.
Oh my god. I'm soaked right now, dude.
Going to
Am I that tired? Am I really that tired right now?
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312.
Oh my god. Speed. Jesus Christ. Don't power. God dang it. I'm just tired. I'm just that bad at flying.
Chicago approach, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312 is at 9,500 feet, descending 2,600 feet.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312 Chicago approach. Altimeter 3009er.
Just another plane, see where we're at right now. How far are we? If I could drop down like quick, I could friggin'. Yeah, I know. Speed brake on this thing. Of course, it's like I'm wanting to freaking go to bed. And that's when I can't land a plane. I'm so tired. Jesus Christ. I knew it was too high. It was too fast. I'm going to get this head and turn around here. We're going to get back in line here. Just turn, heading that way. Still losing altitude, which is good. Land lights are good. Logo lights. I'm going to put land lights on. Don't fly a plane if you're tired. Just fair warning. Let's see, hitting 228. Keep it turning. We've seen it. Getting pretty close here. There it is. I got eyes on it. It's gonna be on our bank right side here. Oh, we'll get situated again. We'll do this again. lights are still good. Straight up on the head here. We'll take us on in. We got 3 green lights for that. Jesus, I suck. Yeah, that's good. Chicago Midway International Airport. Yay. I suck at flying, babe. I can't fly a plane to save my life. Wish I could, though. But I can't. So, yeah. Alright, how far are we out from the... When we get sit
going. Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312. Traffic is 8 o'clock. 3 miles at 1,400 feet. Generic. Report them in sight.
At 3 o'clock? At 1 o'clock? 8 o'clock? Not seeing them. I don't know why, dude, I'm having such problems like seeing other aircraft when I'm in the air. I don't know what the deal is. Unless they're just flying with nothing. Like no lights or nothing. I don't know.
Chicago approach. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312. Published missed approach ILS runway 4 right at 2,600 feet.
Oh shoot.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312. Climb and maintain 6,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 4 right approach via ALQE transition. Cleared to ALQE. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312. Climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312. Contact Midway Tower on 135.2 when inbound on the approach.
Tower on 135.2. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform.
I suck at flying, dude. What is going on with me right now? I've never been so bad at flying.
Midway Tower, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform
That's
6312.
bad.
5 miles southwest. Inbound ILS runway 4 right approach.
Speed brakes here.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312. Midway Tower.
We're gonna put this puppy down.
Altimeter 3009er. Cleared ILS runway 4 right approach.
Don't do it. Don't say it again.
Cleared ILS runway 4 right approach. Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312. Wind 004 at tree. Clear to land runway 4 right.
Give me that landing clearance.
Clear to
Thank you
land
so much.
runway 4 right. Sonoran
Appreciate you.
351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6312.
A little bit of turbulence, nothing major. I gotta set this joker down. Don't fly when you're tired. It'll be the last time I ever fly when I'm like 6 or shit about tired. Speed up just a little bit. Just a little bit so I don't stall. I feel like I'm over a little bit to the right, but I think I'm okay. I can't land with the dang anyway, so. Wait for those numbers. Ends of power. Pick up just a little bit. Little in. Lose the numbers and flare out. Yeah, set her down, set her down. Oh my god. Dude, oh my god. Good God Almighty. I'm dead. Everybody's dead. Oh my God.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12. Contact ground on 118.07
Whoa.
flight.
Oh.
118.07.
Dude, don't fly when you're tired, dude.
351 Oscar Kilo
Screw
Uniform
that.
6 Tree 12. Midway ground, Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12.
That was so illegal. That was the worst land I've ever done, ever.
Sonoran 351
And I guess I'm just, I mean, I'm not even trying to use an excuse. I guess I'm just exhausted. I use, like, every, and I say every inch, I mean every inch of the room. Oh, Lord.
Sonoran 351 Oscar Kilo Uniform 6 Tree 12.
I'm sorry about that. I do apologize for that. I've never had that. I mean, maybe the first time I ever flown in this game, I probably landed like that, but it's been years since I've had that bad.
6 Tree 12.
I missed approach with a bad landing. Y'all are glad to get rid of me, dude. I'm so sorry. 2.5 hours. Flew from JFK to freaking Chicago. I think we'll start doing like some simulation flights. Like we'll start doing like daytime if it's not if it's not been. I have everything set to live. It's live traffic, live everything. So I might set it to something else just to get that experience. Bread, my mother breaking bread, my sister breaking bread. Drop the mask. We'll get us parked over here and this will be it for tonight. So thank you. Come again. Thank you. Come again. Money Penny. Money Penny. Miss Money Penny. Money Penny. Slow her down here, we're coming in. They're waiting on us here, which is good. Whew, Bubba. That's it. And that do be it. So that being said, we finally got done with tonight's live stream. I know it took a long time. I'm going to get on the plane. But I hope you guys enjoy. I know it was a rough landing. I'm super tired. I do apologize. Not an excuse. I will make up for it in the next one, I promise you. With the best landing you've ever seen. I give you my word. So that being said, I'm going to hop on out here. I hope you guys enjoy. And until next time, I will catch y'all later.